Hello everyone, and welcome to Historic Adventures on YouTube. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Raglan Castle. In the annals of history, the grand three-story gatehouse of Raglan Castle emerges from the mists of time, its origins tracing back to the 1460s. As one approaches, crossing a stone bridge meticulously restored in 1949, the imposing structure commands attention. Marked by formidable machicolations and strategic gun loops, the gatehouse stands as a testament to both defensive ingenuity and architectural grandeur. Once, twin portcullises and a drawbridge would have fortified its entrance, serving as formidable barriers against potential threats. However, beyond its defensive purpose lay a deeper intention to awe and impress distinguished guests as they crossed its threshold. Ascending to the upper reaches of the gatehouse reveals chambers befitting the constable of the castle, providing not only security, but also a regal residence for those entrusted with its defence. Thus, Raglan Castle's gatehouse stands not only as a symbol of medieval fortification, but also as a stage for grand entrances and noble dwellings within its storied walls. Adjacent to the western flank of the gatehouse lay the hallowed halls of the castle library, a repository renowned in its time for housing a treasure trove of Welsh literature. To the east of the gatehouse stands the formidable three-story closet tower, a vital component intricately woven into the gatehouse design. Within its stout walls may have rested the ancient castle treasury, strategically placed for the ease of access by the constable. Over time, the tower underwent modifications, likely adapted to serve new purposes. Evidence suggests that during the tumultuous era of the English Civil War, its lower chambers were repurposed as a magazine, a testament to the ever-changing demands placed upon fortifications in times of conflict. Nestled within the castle's embrace, the pitched stone court proudly claims its place at the northeastern bastion of the fortress, its significance deeply rooted in the daily life of the castle's bustling servants and essential services. Named for the traditional late Tudor cobbling technique using pitched stones, this courtyard resonates with the echoes of centuries past. To the east, remnants of the former office wing harken back to the 16th century, a time of grandeur and change. Sadly, much of its splendour was lost during the tumultuous siege of 1646. Venturing northward, the heart of sustenance beats within the castle kitchens and pantries, adorned with imposing hearths and ample storage nestled in their cellars, a testament to the careful preparation and provisioning required to sustain castle life. In days of old, the first floors of these buildings housed chambers befitting the castle's esteemed servants, their duties entwined with the very fabric of castle life. Meanwhile, tucked away in the northwestern corner, the buttery whispered tales of its past role, once a sanctuary for storing and dispensing the precious libations of beer and wine, essential elements of medieval feasting and merriment. Adorning the southwestern expanse of the court, the Grand Hall stands as a testament to architectural evolution, blending the essence of a 16th century design with echoes of its earlier incarnation. Stretching an impressive 64 feet in length and 28 feet wide, this hall once soared to a majestic height of 42 feet, crowned by a roof fashioned from esteemed Irish oak. Light and air danced through a central cupola, casting ethereal rays upon the gathered assembly. At the heart of the hall, a stately oriel window bathed the space in natural light, its radiance bestowing a regal aura upon the domain where the Earls of Worcester presided during feasts and formal gatherings. As time wove its intricate tapestry, this distinguished end of the hall was reserved for grand ceremonies and esteemed occasions. Originally adorned with intricately carved wooden panelling and graced by the harmonious melodies of minstrels from a lofty gallery, the hall bore witness to centuries of revelry, diplomacy, and noble gatherings within its venerable walls. The long gallery, spanning the entire first floor of the fountain court towards the east, evokes echoes of a bygone era, a testament to the opulence and prestige of the castle's noble occupants. Once a splendid showcase of wealth and influence, this gallery stretched an impressive 126 feet in length, a grand stage for displays of Tudor-era luxury. During its prime in the Tudor period, the long gallery exuded sophistication, its walls adorned with rich wood panelling and embellished with exquisite tapestries and paintings. Here, within the gallery's embrace, family and esteemed guests could unwind and marvel at the sweeping vistas of gardens, water features, and the majestic deer park to the castle's north. While time has claimed much of its former adornments, traces of its grandeur endure. Adorned with two caryatid statues, inspired by the works of the renowned French artist Hugues Sambin, the long gallery stands as a silent witness to a glorious past, a legacy of elegance and artistic splendor. The western wing of the fountain court boasts the stately apartments, adorned with numerous bay windows and cozy window seats that offer enchanting views westward and northward across the sprawling parklands. Central to this domain stands the magnificent grand staircase, meticulously restored to its former glory between 2010 and 2011. In its prime, this staircase boasted a substantial porch akin to the one that endures in the pitched stone court, serving as a focal point of grandeur within the fountain court's architectural ensemble. While straight flight staircases were not uncommon in late medieval constructions, esteemed architectural historian John Newman marvels at the unparalleled grandeur of the grand staircase, a rare gem in 15th century England's architectural landscape. The apartments nestled to the west of this grand thoroughfare are a testament to thoughtful design, offering a degree of seclusion and tranquility unparalleled elsewhere. From their vantage, occupants could survey the picturesque western gardens, commanding a view that harmonized nature with the elegance of castle living. Standing proudly on the southern edge of the court stands the venerable South Gate, a testament to the castle's ancient origins, predating the 1460s Reconstruction. Its fan-vaulted gatehouse, reminiscent of the elegant cloisters of Gloucester Cathedral, once welcomed nobles and visitors into the castle's embrace. As the centuries unfolded, the gatehouse underwent a transformation, evolving into the entrance leading to the verdant expanse of the bowling green, beyond a tranquil retreat for leisure and recreation. Nestled on the southeastern periphery of the court lay the esteemed parlour and dining room of the 16th century, each measuring an impressive 49 by 21 feet. These spaces were meticulously designed to strike a balance between privacy and sociability, offering a sanctuary that was neither too public nor too intimate. Standing proudly outside the main confines of Raglan Castle rests the formidable Great Tower, also known as the Yellow Tower of Gwent. Guarded by a protective moat and connected to the fountain court by a sturdy bridge, this edifice symbolises a notable shift in British castle architecture during the 15th and 16th centuries. Reflecting a broader European trend, tower keeps such as this emerged as spacious, robust structures designed primarily for private residence. This architectural concept, likely influenced by French counterparts, had its roots as early as the 14th century in castles like Dudley and Warkworth. By the 15th century, this design ethos expanded, giving rise to grand palatial castles with intricate tower keeps, as seen in Wardour and Tattershall. The construction of such lavish towers was a testament to wealth and power. Historian Norman Pounds aptly notes that these grand structures were crafted to cater to the opulent lifestyles of the wealthy elite, offering unparalleled luxury and splendour. The hexagonal Great Tower, believed to have been initiated in the 1430s and 1440s, likely upon the remnants of an earlier castle motte, once soared to 3 majestic stories. Unfortunately, time has claimed part of its walls and upper structure, diminishing its former grandeur. Originally equipped with formidable machicolations akin to those on the Gatehouse, it was a self-sufficient bastion, complete with provisions, water sources, and opulent living quarters illuminated by expansive windows on its upper levels. The ancient moat encircling the tower began as a straightforward feature, but in the 1460s it underwent a transformation, evolving into a picturesque walkway enveloping the Great Tower. Along this charming pathway, niches were carefully crafted into the walls during the 17th century, originally housing majestic classical statues that added to the tower's grandeur. This walkway served not only as a practical route, but also as a dignified avenue for admiring the majestic Great Tower, offering a glimpse into its imposing splendour from every angle. Moreover, the moat likely served as a thriving ecosystem where fish were bred, adding both practicality and natural beauty to this captivating fortress. In the wake of the Norman conquest of Wales, the lands near the humble village of Raglan were bestowed upon William Fitzosborne, the esteemed Earl of Hereford. Historians, like the sagacious John Kenyon, speculate that during this era, a nascent motte and bailey castle might have graced the Raglan landscape, its placement strategically significant, evidenced by the remnants of a potential bailey ditch unearthed by diligent archaeologists. Through the passing centuries, the local manor passed into the hands of the Bloat family from the twilight of the 12th century till the waning years of the 14th century. Amidst this tenure, a manor house emerged upon these grounds, enveloped by verdant parklands, a testament to the Bloat stewardship and vision. As the medieval epoch ripened, the Raglan domain found itself ensconced within the vast deer domains of Home Park and Red Deer Park, the latter's enclosure marking the culmination of this period, a time when Raglan's heritage intertwined with the bountiful embrace of its natural surroundings. The legacy of Sir William endured through his son, who shared the Welsh rendition of his name to become William Herbert. Rising in stature and influence, he lent his support to the House of York during the turbulent War of the Roses, while also embroiled in the crucible of the 100 Years' War across the Channel, amassing wealth through the lucrative Gascon wine trade. His ties to Welsh affairs were profound, earning him the distinction of becoming the premier Welsh Earl and earning praise as the national deliverer, with whispers of achieving Welsh sovereignty adorning the verses of contemporary poets. By the 1460s, his burgeoning prosperity fueled the ambitious reconstruction of Raglan Castle into a grandiose marvel. The castle's architecture, laden with symbolism, possibly harkened back to its Welsh lineage. Historian Matthew Johnson theorises that the polygonal towers might have mirrored those of Caernarfon Castle, steeped in allegories of a Roman emperor's prophesied return to Wales. Historian Anthony Emery, reflecting on this transformation, hailed the resulting castle as one of the last vestiges of formidable medieval defensive prowess, a monument to a bygone era of architectural ingenuity and strategic fortification. The interplay between Raglan Castle and its verdant environs, notably the sprawling Home Park and the Red Deer Park, formed a vital connection. Historian Robert Lydiard posits that, during this era, the panoramic vistas from the castle would have juxtaposed the ordered landscapes of the parks against the rugged wilderness of distant mountain peaks, serving as a testament to the sophistication and cultivated demeanour of the castle's lord. Amidst the 15th century, extensive orchards and fish ponds graced the castle's periphery, earning admiration from contemporaries for their lush abundance and meticulous upkeep. These environs not only enhanced the castle's allure, but also showcased the lord's prowess in blending practicality with aesthetic beauty, epitomizing the era's harmonious balance between nature and human endeavour. The turbulent tides of history swept William Herbert, staunch supporter of the Yorkists, to his tragic end in 1469 following the tumultuous Battle of Edgecote Moor. In the aftermath, the cadence of construction at Raglan Castle likely faltered under the stewardship of his son, William Herbert, albeit resuming its pace in the twilight of the 1470s. By the turn of 1492, the castle found new custodianship in Elizabeth Somerset, daughter of William Herbert, upon her union with Sir Charles Somerset. With this marriage, Raglan Castle embarked on a new chapter under the Somerset lineage, intertwining its fate with the ambitions and legacies of a fresh family line. Sir Charles Somerset navigated the political currents with adeptness, earning favour under the reigns of both Henry VII and Henry VIII, culminating in his elevation to the esteemed rank of Earl of Worcester. His son, Henry Somerset, though his tenure at Raglan was brief, left an indelible mark by employing reclaimed lead from Tintern Abbey for the castle's expansion during the turbulent era of the dissolution of the monasteries. The Somerset legacy blossomed through generations, embodied by the accomplished William Somerset and Edward Somerset, lauded by John Kenyon as paragons of wealth, intellect, and refinement. William's vision revitalized the pitched stone court, embellishing it with the grandeur of the Long Gallery, and ushering in the Renaissance aesthetics within the castle's gardens. Raglan and Chepstow castles stood as iconic symbols of status and heritage for the Somerset family, prominently featured in their cherished paintings, encapsulating the essence of their storied lineage and enduring legacy in the annals of Welsh history. At the dawn of the 17th century, Edward Somerset directed his attention to Raglan Castle, making subtle refinements within its ancient halls while directing his main efforts towards enhancing its exterior splendour. His endeavours saw the expansive development of gardens and the creation of a picturesque moat-walk encircling the majestic Great Tower. The fruits of his labour bloomed into gardens that rivaled the grandeur of any in the realm, a testament to Somerset's vision and dedication to cultivating Raglan's natural beauty into a spectacle that captivated visitors and residents alike. In 1628, the mantle of Raglan Castle fell upon Henry Somerset, the 5th Earl of Worcester, heralding an era of opulence and grandeur within its storied walls during the bustling 1630s. The castle bustled with a retinue of dedicated staff, comprising stewards, equerries, fish pond masters, surveyors, auditors, ushers, a falconer, and a legion of footmen. Within, the chambers were adorned with sumptuous tapestries from Arras, France, weaving tales of distant lands into the very fabric of the castle's interior. An inventory from 1639 catalogued an impressive array of silver and gilt plate housed within the Great Tower, including exquisite treasures like an ostrich egg cup and a silver basket designed for the then luxurious fruits of oranges and lemons, symbols of opulence within Welsh borders. Amidst the castle's refined atmosphere, mead flowed freely, yet contemporaries remarked on the dignified and reverent demeanour of its inhabitants, painting a picture of a community balanced between indulgence and decorum. Henry Somerset left his mark not only in the lavish interiors, but also in the castle's approach, crafting the majestic red gate as part of the grand entrance to Raglan. His son, Edward Lord Herbert, furthered the castle's renown with his ingenious water-commanding machine within the Great Tower, a marvel utilising steam to propel a towering spout of water from the moat, a spectacle of engineering prowess and artistic flair. The opening salvo of the First English Civil War thundered in August 1642, pitting royalist loyalists of King Charles I against parliamentarians. At the helm of Raglan Castle stood Henry, then in the twilight of his years bolstered by his steadfast son, Lord Herbert, both staunch supporters of the crown. In a show of royal solidarity, King Charles dispatched his son, Prince Charles, on a tour to rally support and funds from friendly domains, commencing with Raglan Castle in October 1642. This pivotal visit marked Henry's elevation to the esteemed rank of the first Marquess of Worcester, a title befitting his unwavering allegiance. Tensions simmered in the surrounding regions, fueled in part by religious divides between Protestant locals and the Roman Catholic Marquess. Incidents such as local groups attempting to breach the castle's defences underscored the growing animosities. However, Lord Herbert's ingenious steam engine reportedly deterred one such attempt with its unexpected clamour, prompting a fortification overhaul. Raglan's defences were reinforced with modern earthwork bastions encircling the castle, complemented by the establishment of a powder mill and a fortified garrison of 300 men, a testament to the substantial investment of £40,000. The bastions bristled with heavier cannon, strategically placed alongside lighter artillery within the castle's venerable towers, fortifying Raglan Castle against the tempests of civil strife. As the tides of war surged against Parliament, Lord Herbert departed Raglan Castle to engage in campaigns against the growing opposition, returning intermittently to secure vital resources for the royalist cause. The fateful echoes of conflict drew closer as Charles I himself graced Raglan's halls twice, seeking solace and respite amidst the tumult of battle. His visits in the aftermath of the Battle of Naseby in June 1645 and again in 1646 were moments of brief respite, marked by leisurely games of bowls upon the castle's verdant greens. Yet, as the royalist fortunes waned, the Marquess took cautious steps to safeguard the castle's treasures, dispatching valuable artefacts such as oak panelling, ornate plaster ceilings, and prized artworks to Troy House under his brother's guardianship. Meanwhile, Lord Herbert faced capture in Ireland, casting shadows of uncertainty over Raglan's defences, as the spectre of imminent attack loomed ever closer. As the spectre of siege loomed, Raglan Castle fortified its defences, swelling its garrison to nearly 800 soldiers. The majestic avenue of trees outside the castle gates fell to the axe, and nearby structures met destruction, a strategic measure to deny their use to the encroaching parliamentary forces. A bustling community formed within the castle's protective walls, nourished by ample provisions stockpiled to sustain both defenders and displaced royalist leaders seeking refuge, including members of the broader Herbert family. In early June, the first rumblings of conflict arrived with the arrival of Colonel Morgan and Sir Trevor Williams, leading the parliamentary advance. Despite repeated calls for surrender, Raglan stood resolute, bracing through the long summer months as the siege unfolded. By August, the tide turned with the arrival of General Fairfax and his reinforced parliamentarian forces. Trenches crept closer, and formidable artillery, including the renowned Roaring Meg, brought Raglan's interior within striking distance. Faced with a dire predicament, the Marquess negotiated a surrender on relatively favourable terms for the garrison on August 19th. His subsequent arrest and relocation to Windsor Castle marked the end of an era. In his final moments, learning of Parliament's approval for his burial in the family vault at Windsor, the Marquess mused, "Why then I shall have a better castle when I am dead than they took from me when alive, a poignant reflection on life, loss, and legacy amidst the turmoil of war. General Fairfax issued a decree for the utter destruction of Raglan Castle, entrusting the task to Henry Herbert, a descendant of the illustrious William ap Thomas. Despite their formidable appearance, the castle's defences withstood the onslaught, and only a fraction of its walls were dismantled or slighted. Thank you for joining us on this historic adventure at Raglan Castle. We hope you found our exploration informative and engaging. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more captivating content. Explore our social links in the description for additional updates. Until next time, happy exploring.